Hi Aries, it's your turn for your September 2019 Zodiac Oracle blessing. Your blessing is about a week late, and that's because I'm a human and I'm just doing this, out of the pure passion-seeking will of mine to do them, and life has been busy and I was unable to fit them all in until now. Anywho, if you haven't already watched the first video on this playlist, the All Signs reading for the month, it's not a reading, it's a meditation for the month, go ahead and do that. That's how we're going to tap into each other's energy. Then you can come back and do this reading. In general, these readings are not predictive in any way. I am not here to predict your future. I do not want the karma attached with that. However, they are meant to just be intuitive wisdom guidance to help you on your path to your highest good. Because if you're living your highest good, it is serving all of our highest good, right? Sound good? So it's just something to kind of keep in your subconscious mind for the month ahead. If you want to. You completely do not need to, but if you're watching this, you probably want to. I'm a little silly today, a little delirious. And that's what we're dealing with. All right, this is definitely your card because it's on the bottom, and now it's on the top. But it's the Six of Cups. It's nostalgia. It's also seen as like a soulmate card. It's sweet. It's like two kids playing. Aries. Let's see what the book says. Innocence, nostalgia, joy, and reunion. Nice. So maybe this would be a good month for you to connect with your old friends, Aries, or if there's any relationships that you're not trying to work on, maybe this would be a good month to look at them. Two cards popped out. They're not yours, but there's something to keep in mind. Inspiration. So if you're receiving inspiration this month, pay attention to it. Also, the number 3 tends to be your spirit guides trying to communicate with you. And restore and replenish. So that time with, people you have nostalgia for might be restorative, but also just making sure that you're taking time to process everything that has happened so far. When life changes, whether it's for the good or bad, a lot of times we keep going with it and we don't ever sit back and just kind of oh wow, things are different. And we need that time to just rest and restore. But your card for this month is releasing alliances. The message of this card for me always, it reminds me, there was a reading I did a few years ago where that card came up, and it was basically this girl who was incredibly talented, so talented and so beautiful, but she didn't, she was not the way that we think of beauty and magazines, although she was actually just drop dead gorgeous, but she's a little thicker and her hair's a little curlier and whatever. But she's talented in every way that you could be talented. She's also nerdy. She's all these things, but she wasn't really stepping up to pursue some of her goals. And I think there was a part of her that didn't want anyone to feel like they weren't amazing if she were to really step up into being how amazing she truly was. So whenever this card comes up, it's just who are you sabotaging yourself for? Who is it really serving to play small? It reminds me of the Marianne Williamson quote, so who am I to be so brilliant? Well, who are you not to be? The things inside of you, your gifts, your passions, your talents, they are not to be ignored. We repress them, and we're actually, it's hurtful for the entire earth to repress these things. And Aries, you're a leader, so that childlike spirit of yours that kind of can't help but do the thing that it wants to do, whatever is keeping you from doing some of the things that have always brought you joy might just look at it. Yeah? Cool. That being said, there might be friends or people from your past, people that you are very closely linked to, that are holding you back at this time, and just not saying that you need to eliminate them from your life in any capacity, but maybe addressing anything that might be, not serving you, and seeing how it goes. Because maybe there's someone that you think you have like a negative connection with, that if you just address it, it can be improved. Or maybe you address it and then you let go of that, and you're free of it, and that's good too. Okay, these are not your cards, but they popped out. Facade, grief. Felt like there was two here, but it's just a thick one. And dissipating. Okay, so there's something maybe below the surface right now that needs to be looked at. You might be feeling a little bad about getting older, or since the nostalgia card is there, just acknowledging that, letting yourself process it, but see if you can step into, releasing this idea that you need to be how you were in the past. You don't. Just maybe there's something really, really cool about right now that you can be embracing, and just, don't get too stuck in how you think how you've always been you, and just allowing yourself to evolve. And sometimes you need to just kind of really acknowledge that a part of you is no longer there, that it's transformed, or it is transforming. And it can be sad, but it doesn't have to be. And so for Hermit season, maybe that's something you're noticing, Aries. I haven't talked to any of my Aries in a while. Enlightenment. Yeah. That's awesome. So you're doing really good. Doing really good. You might be, your circle might have shrunk a little bit, and it might need to shrink a little bit more. But you figured something out at this point. And it's not saying that it's going to work for forever. Sorry for the yelling. It doesn't mean it's going to work for forever, but for right now, you got some answers, and you can just kind of sit on that, feel good about it, share with people who might need it, but you don't have to. And then your goddess is Bast, and the message is play. Just have fun, Anyone who's bringing you down, fuck them. Sorry. Whatever. Release them. But you're good. I think you're good. You need to deal with some of the discomfort you feel around getting older and changing. But overall, I feel like you realize that, like, oh, I get it. Like, yeah, I'm letting go of some of the superficial stuff that seemed cool, but really what I have now is what's up. Yeah. All right, Aries, I hope it's a wonderful month. I hope that you connect with some of the people from your past, and you see who belongs, who doesn't. And you don't need to cut them off completely. It can just be an energetic cutoff. You don't even need to talk about it, but lovingly, but see if maybe they have something positive to bring in. Maybe they can help with that enlightenment. Maybe they can help you play. Or maybe you realize that they just don't fit anymore, and that's okay too. All the best. Thank you for being, and happy September.